Welcome to the Intaker and Clio webinar, everybody. This is Automate to Grow Your Law Practice. And so in a minute, I'll give people another minute to join, and then I'm happy to jump in and share with you what we're going to be talking about today. So before we jump in, I'm actually going to start off with some general housekeeping. And you're going to see in the bottom of your screen a few buttons to use the Q&A button. That's really important. So anytime during this process, if you have a question, just hit that Q&A button, drop your question in there. And when we get to the end, the Q&A, we may invite you to share that with the whole panel and with the meeting. And you can raise your hand at the Q&A section if you want to come on stage and do that. Otherwise, I'll introduce our speakers and our panelists today to help go through all this stuff. Okay, so I'm joined today by two members of Team Clio, Shubham Datta and Daniel Steinberg. And then you'll also see one of the panelists here is Sam Collis of Intaker. So let me quickly introduce everybody. So Shubham Datta is the Vice President of Corporate Development at Clio. And he's got a background in M&A where he oversees the growth strategy of Clio through their acquisitions and their investments. But prior to all that, he was part of the corporate development team at Shopify, where he worked on the deal execution side and also integration, which is part of what we're talking about today. And so to learn more about Shubham and all of his interests, you can check out, he's got a podcast called The Backbone. And there you can learn more about where he explores the journey of both finance and operations in tech companies. So that is Shubham, and we'll hear more from him in a little bit. Next, I'm going to introduce Daniel Steinberg. He is the Senior Partner Account Manager at Clio, and his main focus is on scaling and maintaining the consulting and the app ecosystem where they support law firms and Clio users globally. For me, I am Joe Vertolo, the Strategic Partnerships Manager at Intaker, and my focus is really helping our partner agencies and our channel partners equip their clients with the best-in-class conversion tools and chat products to help scale their clients' growth. And then, not on the slide, but you'll see Sam Collis. He is the newest force of the Intaker team, and we're really happy to have him here. He's going to be fielding some of these questions, so drop him into the chat, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I think I'm going to jump into a quick outline of this presentation. We're first going to talk about the client lifecycle, beginning with cold traffic, ending with either a successful case or a success story with your clients. And not only that, but really the systems that support that whole journey. Next, Shubham is going to talk about the differences between things like lead management versus client management, specifically in the case of Clio and their product suite. And then also the differences why both are important for a firm to use both of these. Next, after that, we're going to move to Daniel. He's going to talk about how Clio products work with other tools and the integration side of the equation, where other tools from intake to billing to capturing reviews, a lot of this you can integrate with tools like Clio to save time, make life easier for not just you, but for your staff. After that, I'm going to jump into some of the magic that we use in our chat, our conversion tool with Intaker, and show how we deliver, how we turn that cold traffic into warm leads for your firm. Okay. So I'm going to jump into some comments about that client lifecycle. Right. So it starts out, someone may visit your website, whether that is from an organic search or from a paid ad. And they might be looking for information, maybe even looking for help right now. But once they find your website, we have one opportunity to make an amazing first impression and inspire them to take that action to get in touch, right? And so I'm going to talk more about what Intaker does a little later when we get into the conversion tools to help capture and qualify your leads. But once we have those leads captured, we've generated enough interest for them to take the next step. Now we're going to rely on lead management systems like Clio Grow to take the lead all the way to signing up with your firm. And then in a minute, I'm going to let Shubham talk more about both the tools and the philosophies that Clio uses to help the clients not only manage their leads and grow their sales, that part of the business, but also the practice management, the operations, and how a tool like Clio really can be the operating system for your law firm. And so with that being said, I'm going to introduce and turn it over to Shabam. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Thanks, Joe, and thanks for having us and the rest of the Intaker team. Super excited to be here. As Joe mentioned, and for those that may not be familiar with what Clio is the leader in cloud-based legal technology. We offer practice management as well as CRM software. Clio enables lawyers to be more client-centered and is approved by over 66 bar associations and law societies around the world. Today, Clio is used by over 150,000 legal professionals globally. And Clio overall is more than just software. We're truly invested in the success of you and your clients. Clio has been the leader in the industry in enabling law firms to become client-centered and cloud-based. And we also publish a legal trends report, which provides information on the most important issues faced by the legal profession. So I'd encourage you all to check that out. Annually, we also host the Clio Cloud Conference, which is now the most widely attended legal tech conference in the industry. And some more details and maybe even a special coupon code for all attendees towards the end of this webinar. There's a lot to what Clio does, and I'd like to play a short video for you now highlighting some of those capabilities. Joe, next slide, please.
Let's jump in.
Meet Clio, the #1 cloud-based software for law firms. With Clio, you can run your law firm from one central place, at the office, at home, or on the go. It helps you make everything your firm does easier, faster, more efficient, and, well, better. From the very beginning of client intake, all the way through billing and payment collection. Clio gives you more than just software. It's a foundation for your firm, a command center, a home base, and a competitive advantage. Clio works with Google, so potential clients can find you online and instantly book and pay for consultations with your firm. Combined with Clio's contact management system and online intake forms, these powerful client intake tools help you bring new clients into your firm fast. You can even send documents and retainer agreements to clients for quick e-signatures. When you're ready to start working on a matter, all the information you need is already waiting for you. You can automate repetitive tasks and record time and expenses with ease. When it's time to bill, it's simple to create invoices with time-saving templates. Then send the bills to clients and get paid electronically, even on mobile devices. And what really sets Clio apart? It's the most secure and trusted platform on the market. And you can integrate Clio with more of your favorite apps than with any other legal software. That's how Clio adapts to your unique needs and organizes everything you're already doing into a single, streamlined system. When you run your firm on Clio, you enjoy your work more and save time and money with happier clients. Plus, our user-friendly software is easy to learn and implement. Transform the way your law firm operates with Clio, the #1 software for lawyers.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe. And so now I'd like to turn it over to Daniel to speak a little bit more about the integrations that you saw in the video there and speak a little bit more about how integrations work seamlessly within Clio. So Daniel, over to you.
Sorry, it's not like it's my 400th Zoom call here. Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting. Shabam, thank you for the introduction, and Intaker team, thank you for having both Shabam and I. As Joe had mentioned at the beginning of today's call, my name is Daniel Steinberg, and I manage Clio's app ecosystem alongside Clio's certified consultancy program. So I get to work in two segmented worlds that sort of collide in between to help law firms be more efficient and operate more effectively with different types of solutions and implementing those workflows within the law firm themselves. What I'm here to talk to you about today is Clio's app ecosystem and how it's valuable to law firms across the world, across those using Clio's platform, and really how our relationship started with Intaker. And really what that comes to is Clio's robust app ecosystem. So Joe, if you go to the next slide, I want to walk everyone through today, really what is the app directory. Shabam already alluded to, and that video captured it very nicely. Clio is really the operating system, your home base, and your centralized platform for your law firm. It's a place for collaboration and a way for your firm as a whole to leverage different tool sets that ultimately make you more powerful as a law firm and operate more efficiently. But with regards to that, what we also want to do is make Clio as powerful as possible by integrating different solutions that your firms are used to, depending on the size of firm, specific practice areas, or ways that you operate on a day-to-day basis. And because of that, we decided to have an open API where different tools can actually integrate into Clio's platform to make law firms more efficient in their day-to-day practices. So insert Intaker, a way for you to actually take your tool set that you're using to date, plug that into Clio, and operate in sort of one centralized system and house everything in sort of one way where your whole firm can actually operate at the same level. And that's really the goal of Clio's app ecosystem. So Clio has over 250 plus apps today that can be installed and plugged into your firm, depending on who you are, what kind of practice area you leverage, again, size of firm, and in a magnitude of different areas, whether that's marketing, financial data, administrative tasks, and reporting. It really runs the gamut on all law firm operations. And we want to be at the forefront of that. So if you take a scan on the barcode on the right-hand side, what that's going to take you to is Clio's app directory. And I've put a screenshot of that landing page to date, so you get a sense of what this could look like. And again, it allows you to explore the different types of solutions that your law firms can purchase and then integrate into our solution to make your firm more powerful. And with that, I'll showcase to you how you learn more about different applications. So let's take Intaker, for example. When you stumble upon a solution that you think is intriguing to your firm and you click into one of those, really what this is it's a glorified yellow pages, if those of you can remember, and it allows you to have this directory system where you can learn about key benefits of these specific softwares, whether you integrate it with Clio or not. Now, having the opportunity to learn about different types of solutions and then plug those into Clio is the way that your firm is going to be able to, become a thriving law firm. And that's really what the core purpose of the app directory is. So as you can see here, we provide a robust, detailed opportunity for you to learn a little bit more at first glance, how it integrates with Clio, and then what some key benefits to your firm would be in order to really get started. For each one of the solutions that you may or may not want to get started with, there are opportunities to actually take you out to those specific web pages and then go through a specific conversation with those firms directly. In cases like this, if you clicked get started within the app directory, it would take you to Intaker's web page, to which case you may connect with Joe or Sam accordingly and learn a little bit more about their tool, what the benefits are to your law firm, and then again, how do we integrate that solution into Clio to make your solution as robust as possible? And that's really the core focus of Clio's app directory. And with that, Joe, I want to pass it back to you to walk through a little bit more about Intaker and Clio.
Let's do it. All right, Shabam and Daniel, great, thank you. So I want to talk specifically on, I mentioned before that first stage of that, client journey, when they find out about your firm, when they decide to get in touch and then become a lead and an opportunity for your firm. Now, in a minute, we're going to talk about how that integrates with Clio a little more specifically. But first, I want to go over big picture difference between live chat, bots, and Intaker. And the reason is Every firm today needs some kind of conversion tool on your website to capture leads. And it cannot just be a phone number for them to call. If they do not have an easy way to raise their hand, then you may be doing them a disservice and you are definitely losing out on some opportunities. So if you don't have any chat, any type of conversion tool, the first step is to get something. Next, traditional live chats are what most people are familiar with. And these have been really amazing tools for more than 20 years. I believe that Engage is one of the oldest. They may have started in, I think, 2002. And I'm sure there's a few that are a little bit older, but for such a long time, it's been a way for people to get that kind of personalized service when they come to your website. However, in recent years, we've seen a much bigger move towards automation and chatbots as kind of the next wave, next level for engagement, for capturing leads, qualifying them on your law firm's website. And there's some big advantages to that. The speed is unmatched. It moves super quick. The consistency is there, so you'll always ask the right questions. But there's a big gap in the automated chats, and that is the personalization, the personal touch. So when someone comes to your website, you might like them having a chance to, interact with a real person and have that kind of connection. And that is something that's missing with bots. What we've done at Intaker is recaptured that personal touch by using interactive video in concert with the automated AI chat. And so I'm going to go through in just a minute what this is going to look like. But you know what? I'm just going to do that now. I think I talked enough about this. So I'm actually going to show you what happens when we sought to answer the question, what happens or what does it look like if your prospects, the very first interaction was perfect every time? And so this is a preview of our brand new chat, our first time announcing it. So hello, world. It's going to be out in a couple of weeks. We are beyond excited for this. We made some big product changes with the new Intaker. We were already using video to create that connection. We know for sure that it is a way to fast track trust, get people to share more about their story and raise their hand like we talked about. What we did is we're going full into full screen mobile for that video. And in that process, there's some other cool tools that we'll talk about, but it is a brand new way to have that engagement, get people to engage, interact with you. Okay, and so other things that I wanted to mention here is that the AI chat that we've developed does qualify these leads according to whatever practice area. A couple of examples: family law, the conflict check, super important. That has to be part of that initial conversation. For things like personal injury, the statute of limitations, again, there's a need to know information, no matter what, depending on your practice area. We try to address all of those in the chat flow. But the most important thing here is to automate that empathy. So when they do come, you only have to record one video one time, and every single person who comes to your site, it's going to give them that warm greeting. They can feel your energy, feel your soul as the managing partner. They hear directly from you. And what a better way to stand out across all the websites they're going to visit than having that personal message speaking directly to them. A couple other things that are in the new Intaker here, and not just Intaker, but we're going back to some of the Clio stuff because when people reach out, the conversation starts on the website, but it usually doesn't end there, hopefully. And so then, we have a question of, what are the best ways to follow up? Text messaging has become huge for businesses. Email traditionally is becoming harder as a channel to actually get that conversion into a client from someone who reaches out. That being said, Intaker, now the new system does have a two-way texting for businesses. Whether you're using Intaker or any of these other texting services, Clio, we mentioned that the automation, the integration are some of the big strengths of them. They're going to integrate with probably whatever texting service you may already be using. There's a bunch. And so if you are a Clio user, check that out. If you're not using text message, this is the number one thing that's going to move the needle in terms of converting more of these leads into actual clients for your firm. And I think the next thing that I wanted to do is just talk about, again, business texting on Intaker side. What that looks like is more tied closely with the chat. And so this is a quick snapshot of the dashboard. You can see that initial conversation is going to be automated, at which point then you can jump into using SMS, whether that's templates to really save you time or personalized responses when the conversation is moving. But let's face it, a lot of people are going to leave their phone number and then not pick up when you call them. You need another way to engage, and text is the way people are comfortable with right now. So whatever program you're using, talk to Clio team to find out if you can integrate your texting platform with them. Okay, and I think the next thing I wanted to mention is just a quick case study. So I hear a lot from people who may be familiar with live chat, and they say, how do I know that a bot is going to get me better results, get me more leads? And this is a quick look at John Long. He is managing partner of his firm in Tennessee. And he's been using Clio for years. He's been using live chat for years, and he was reluctant to make the switch. But what happened is just in that first month, after having years of data with his live chat, which is Apex, and getting pretty consistently around 5, sometimes more leads per month with his chat, and pretty consistent website traffic, he made a humongous jump in the, not just the chats, that's what we're showing here, but things like the scheduled consults. So depending on what kind of law you practice, it may be really helpful to give people a chance to use some of the tools like schedulers that are inside Clio as well. You can see those Clio schedulers to give people a chance to take that next step, book a time, maybe not speak with the attorney, but with that, that intake person, or if you have like a non-attorney salesperson, get them at the consultation room. Okay. And so, yeah, John is a great guy. Oh my God, Daniel, it's your time. Let me hand it back over to you because you have something you want to share.
All right. Thanks, Joe. That was great. For those of you that are on the line, as Shabam alluded to at the beginning of today's conversation, we wanted to offer everyone on today's call 50% off until this Friday by using the webinar-attendee promo code for this year's Clio Cloud Conference. So as Shabam said, it is the biggest legal event of the year within the industry. It is not necessarily, you do not have to be a Clio customer. It is a thought leadership opportunity. There are CLE credits associated for any lawyer that wants to attend. And there are some amazing sessions and after dark events that we're going to be hosting virtually this year for the second time. If you do want to attend, it is the most accessible conference it's ever been at $99 for everyone left on this webinar. Again, we will have a follow-up that Joe will share, and we'll have a link with the coupon code of webinar-attendee for those of you on today's call. So again, I'd urge everyone to go to www.cliocloudconference.com to learn more. If you haven't attended, it is one of the most highly attended and highly anticipated events of the year. So we welcome everyone, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Amazing. Thank you, Daniel. And so September 10th, that's this Friday. And can you say again when it's going to be held?
Yes, apologies. It's going to be held on October 26th through to 29th. And those dates can be attended any day. So you can either use the ticket for every day or go here or there. And again, the sessions will all be recorded and on demand if you missed one of the days.
That's awesome. And so we are going to also share the link to sign up, share the promo code in the email that we're going to send out to everybody after this. So if you don't do it right now, you can if you are in front of your computer. I know you are, but then you'll have it in your email if you need to do that a little bit later. Okay. And last thing I want to do is announce our next webinar. It's with Blue Shark, they're a digital marketing company. It's going to be a little bit of a different style than what we just saw today. And it's going to be talking about creating that perfect client journey from that initial search to that sign up to become a client. And it's going to be about 6 weeks-ish, Wednesday, October 20th. And it's going to be a little bit earlier. So for you East Coast people at 12 noon, and for the West Coast, rise and shine, 9 a.m. All right, so there's a few different codes here. These, if you want to sign up for the next webinar, scan the code in the bottom right. If you want to learn a little bit more about the new intaker that I alluded to with the chat and texting, all of that, scan the code on the left. And I guess this is the time for just a humongous, giant thank you to Daniel, to Shabam. and the rest of the Team Clio people that could not make it today, but are there in the background supporting. I know we've got a lot of mutual customers with Clio, and it is one of the things where people really, I think those users take advantage of the automation, take advantage of a lot of the full suite of features of both Intaker and Clio. I think they're the ones making the best of both worlds. So that's it. If you're not familiar with either company, if you're not yet working with either Intaker or Clio, then by all means, get in touch with me for Intaker. Daniel, if people want to learn more about how to sign up with Clio, where would they go?
Yeah, you're welcome to visit Clio.com to learn more about our holistic suite. And again, request a demo on our website. Alternatively, in the follow-up notes as well, we'll make sure that we provide my information and Shabam's information so that you can reach out direct if need be.
Amazing. All right. Thank you, Daniel. I know we're coming close to the end of our time here, but we do have time for a couple questions. And so I think, Sam, if you want to take it away. I saw there was a few chats. Anything juicy for us to go over here in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely. So for one question we just had come through was how much Intaker costs and how the pricing structure is.
Oh yeah, everyone wants to know. So it's we start at $195 monthly, and it's based on web traffic. So depending on your traffic, really how many leads you can expect to get, so it determines the price. A couple of notes for people that are new to Intaker, haven't really seen the product in action before, or aren't familiar with it too much, is if you're just starting out, if you have like a new website and you're really trying to get that traffic in the door, come to the next webinar. We're going to talk a lot about traffic, and you'll find that when you do pass a certain threshold, there's 500, 700, 1,000. When you get beyond numbers like 1K visits, this tool makes a ton of sense because you're going to get a lot more leads than you would with any other service. That being said, if it's a new website, you're just starting out, traffic isn't there yet, then definitely talk to us, learn more. But I would say priorities are traffic before you have a chat that will actually get you clients. So thank you. What else, Sam?
We had another question from Nathan Charles. He asked, I would definitely like more information on how to merge Clio with my firm's presence on Google.
Okay. Very cool. Any thoughts from Daniel or Shabam on that one?
Yeah, I shared my email with actually everyone, and Nathan sent me an email, and I've responded back to Nathan as to how to do that. So Nathan, if you're still around, if that doesn't work, shoot me another email, and happy to help you out there.
Very cool. That's an exciting one. And I think we have, another 2 minutes. So any other questions, Sam, that we should discuss here? If there's anyone who wants to raise their hand, join us on stage. We got a minute to bring you up here. So let us know. But go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I didn't. Those were the only two that we had come through during the presentation. So if anyone else has anything to ask, go ahead and raise your hand and throw them out there.
All right. And if not, I don't mind ending 1 minute early. This has been great. Again, big shout out to Team Clio, Daniel, Shabam. And okay, so aside from the Clio Cloud Conference, any other big, we might have one more, any other big Clio events that are coming through? Any big Clio events that are coming up this year or early next year?
We do have consistent webinars that you can find on our website under news and events. But as of right now, I'd say the big splash is going to be at the Clio Cloud Conference. So we'd love to get everyone there. But if you want to keep in touch with Clio and what's happening around different automations or any webinars that are currently up to date, you're welcome to join us on any of those free webinars. And again, that's on Clio's website under news and resources and events.
Amazing, Daniel, that is perfect. And I think if they have some old webinars, you'll see kind of the first one that we did together there. One more question from Cabanas Law Firm, and then we'll wrap this up. So Cabanas, hello, asked if you can walk through how the platform looks on Intaker, because there was a screenshot that you saw, but wasn't really clear in the full use. And so I would, number one, point you to that actually app directory in Clio has many of the screenshots that you saw today about how the product looks, how it works. and you might find some more information there. That being said, I think I'm going to invite you, Cabanas, to send me a quick email. We can get together and I can show you exactly what I mean. So I'm not exactly sure on the question, but happy to answer that for you. I think that being said, everyone, thank you so much. This is a huge honor to be with you all. And for everyone who came, thank you, much love, and I'll see you at the next one, October 20th. Any final thoughts for the audience, everybody?
Thanks for having us, Joe.
Thank you, everyone. It's
Take
been a
care.
pleasure.
All right, much love.
Bye.
Take care.